Has this ever happened to you? You were just playing your favorite opening as white, the Italian game, and you get hit with this. The Blackburne Shilling Gambit. Probably the worst gambit to ever exist, even worse than the Jerome Gambit, but you still manage to just lose against it. Here I'm going to show you how to beat it once and for all. You just take the knight. There goes all the tricks. That's why I say it's worse than the Jerome Gambit, even though the Jerome Gambit's literally the worst opening in all of chess. Let me show you. After they take back, you castle. And you have a very simple idea. You want to go pawn here, and either go like that, or like this. They should go d6, or knight f6, and get this exact position, according to a less good computer, but generally speaking, that you should be good to go if they try anything funny, because the gambit is so trashed that its only trick you just nullified by taking the knight instead of the pawn. And if they take, you go queen here. It's an in-between move that threatens that, just to get the queen out, developing rapidly, for you take back, for even more development, or for the pawn structure. After d5, I did run it on some computer. Apparently it wanted me to go here, but this is the way I would do it. And then you can take back with the pawn, and everything's fine. If they castle, you just go here, and you're just completely winning. They have no shot of winning this. If they, instead of doing anything to block your threat, they take, so let's say here, you go here, and it's the same case, either they take here, or do literally nothing. If king e7, you just take with development. If they go king here, you bully the king around, and then you take, because then you might have a chance of getting one of these checkmates. Either that checkmate, or this checkmate. It's a very long checkmate in 11, but it's a checkmate nonetheless. And if they call you a cheater, you can just tell them that you had opening notes. There's nothing wrong with that. People use opening notes all the time. They just don't tell you. Whenever somebody plays this gambit against me, I always just pull this up, and there's so many tricks. So let's say bishop e7. Let's just say this is a pretty forcing line, because it usually takes, like, all these moves are pretty much what the computer would consider the only move. You probably will not have to memorize this line, so I think you're good. Also, a little trap here. The bishop takes, you take. You actually can't take back with the queen, because if you did take back with the queen, it would just be over for you. Here, it's protected by the bishop, and if rook takes, you go here. Obviously, if king slides over, that also works. But after they take here, you also have going there, followed by taking, and you're just completely winning. Also, another trap that I did get to play, but then I lost the game because 3D pieces were hard to visualize, thus I don't ever use 3D pieces ever again after that. This is the trap. Basically, this loses the game on the spot. You go from equivalent of being up a pawn to equivalent of being up a piece. It's that bad. What you do is you sacrifice the bishop, and if they take, they crash here. And you're a pawn. That pawn is probably gonna fall. The king's exposed, and again, here, and you've got ideas as well. You remove this annoying pawn that's blocking your development, and you win the game. It's also pressure everywhere. This queen is aggressive. I'm sorry, Black, but like half of your side of the board is just dead. Basically, if they don't take, then obviously you just take the pawn. Pawn structure doesn't look the greatest, but at least this can protect that, and you basically solidify your center. It might not be that impressive when it comes to pawn structure, but you're also up a pawn, and I think you can convert this. This should be convertible. According to the engine, your position isn't that great other than the fact you're up a pawn, but still, just develop rapidly, just get your pieces into the game, and potentially start an attack. I don't know how you play positionally here, but then again, I don't know how to play positionally at all. This is not too complicated. I will leave this in the description for you guys to have, and that's going to conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have, please give it a like and share this with your friends so they don't have to fall for this dumb gambit. If you want to see actually helpful videos, I do have plenty coming up, so be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss them. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.